Love spine-tingling stories that keep you up at night? On this channel, we bring you original scary stories narrated to send chills down your spine. Hit like if you enjoy the scares and subscribe so you don't miss a story that will haunt your imagination long after the lights go out. So, without further ado, here are 3 true horror stories set at McDonald's that will ruin your late-night cravings forever. 1. The 3 a.m. Happy Meal. It was late December 2025, the kind of cold that makes your breath hang like smoke. I was driving home from a graveyard shift, eyes burning, stomach hollow. The only light on the highway came from the golden arches glowing like a beacon through the fog. The McDonald's sign said, "Open 24 hours," but the parking lot was a black mirror, completely deserted. I pulled into the drive-thru anyway. The speaker hissed to life before my finger even touched the button. "Welcome to McDonald's. Would you like to try our special Happy Meal tonight?" The voice was cheerful, too cheerful, the way they train them to sound at 10 a.m. on a Saturday. But it was 3:17 a.m. I forced a laugh. "Nah, man, just a McChicken, large fries, and a Coke to go." A long pause, then, "I'm sorry, those items are currently unavailable, but we have one last Happy Meal remaining. It's been waiting specifically for you." I felt the hairs on my neck rise. "Look, just cancel the order. I'll go somewhere else." The speaker crackled again, softer this time, almost intimate. "Please drive forward." The first window was dark. No employee, no light inside the building. Just the metal tray sliding out with a white paper bag sitting perfectly centered, top folded shut, no receipt stapled to it. I stared at it. The bag was warm, too warm, like it had just come out of the fryer. I should have floored it. Instead, curiosity or stupidity won. I grabbed it and drove to the empty far end of the lot under the only working street lamp. Inside, one chicken nugget, perfectly shaped like my face. The eyebrow scar from that bike accident in 2012 was unmistakable. The fries were arranged in the exact layout of the house I grew up in, down to the crooked driveway. A small plastic toy lay on top, a miniature version of my 2018 Honda Civic. Same dent on the bumper, same faded blue paint, even the license plate number. There was a single red button on the toy's roof. I pressed it. 3 sharp honks echoed across the empty lot. From my actual car, parked right behind me, engine off, keys in my hand. I dropped the toy. The bag crinkled as something shifted inside. When I looked again, the nugget had turned its tiny head toward me. I peeled out, tires screaming. In the rear view, the drive-thru speaker light blinked once, twice, then went dark. Every night since, around 3:17 a.m., my phone buzzes with a notification from an app I never installed. "Your Happy Meal is ready. Please proceed to the window." I never answer, but sometimes I swear I smell French fries in my apartment when I'm alone. 2. Employee 47. The franchise on the edge of town had burned through staff like cheap oil. Managers lasted months, cashiers barely a week. Then 47 showed up. He arrived on a Tuesday in late fall, wearing a faded red polo 2 sizes too big, the number 47 stitched in thick yellow thread over the breast. No name tag, no application on file. He just said, "I'm here for the fry station," in a voice flat as day-old soda. The fry oil never dropped below 375 degrees F after that. Not overnight. Not even when the power flickered during a storm. And on quiet shifts, when the lobby was empty, you could hear faint bubbling laughter rising from the vat, like children giggling through thick water. We called him 47 because that's all he answered to. He never ate on break, never used the bathroom, never blinked when hot oil popped onto his skin. He just smiled, wide, unchanging, the corporate grin they drill into new hires on the first day. One night during closing, the manager, exhausted and half-drunk on Red Bull, told him to drain the old oil. 47 didn't move at first. Then he climbed onto the stainless steel counter in one fluid motion, like gravity had forgotten him. He looked directly into the ceiling security camera, right at the lens, and smiled wider. Slowly, deliberately, he lowered his bare arm into the boiling vat up to the elbow. There was no scream, no sizzle. The oil didn't even ripple. It accepted him like it had been waiting. When he pulled his arm out, the skin was flawless, golden brown, crisp at the edges, exactly the color of our best fries. He shook off a few droplets that fell like liquid sunlight, then stepped down and went back to salting. The next morning, the fryer was empty, bone dry, not a drop of oil left, not even residue. The health inspector would have called it impossible. 47 was gone too. His time card was blank after that shift. But the oil came back the next day, fresh, hot, smelling faintly of something sweet and wrong. Every few months since, a new hire appears at struggling locations wearing that same oversized polo. Always number 47, always silent, always smiling. And the fryers never cool again. 3. The Ronald statue. The McDonald's on Route 17 closed in 1998 after a botched remodel, and rumors nobody wanted to repeat. The building still squats there, faded yellow arches peeling, windows shattered, weeds clawing through cracked asphalt. Outside stands Ronald McDonald in his classic pose. Arms wide, red hair bright against decades of grime, smile frozen in welcome. Kids used to dare each other to touch him at night. The legend was simple. Stand in front of him long enough, and he'd whisper your order. Most people laughed it off after 30 seconds and ran. Tommy Voss didn't laugh. In the summer of 2008, Tommy recorded himself on an old flip phone. The footage, grainy, backlit by his headlights, shows him walking up at 2:47 a.m., laughing nervously. He stands there for 2 minutes, then 5. His laughter fades. His posture changes, shoulders drop, head tilts like he's listening. Then he speaks, barely above a whisper. Yes, extra large, no ice. And the special sauce, please. He turns and walks toward the dark, open doorway of the abandoned restaurant. The camera stays locked on Ronald. In the final seconds of the video, the statue's head very slowly turns, smooth, mechanical, impossible, to follow Tommy inside. The footage cuts when Tommy crosses the threshold. 17 years later, the building remains empty, condemned, chain-link fence rusted, but locals who drive by late at night swear the statue is no longer outside. It's inside now. Just beyond the shattered glass doors, arms still open, red hair still bright. The smile hasn't faded. And there's always one fresh set of small footprints, child-sized, leading from the road, through the broken entrance, and disappearing into the dark interior. Sometimes, if you park and listen, you can hear the faint jingle of the old ice cream machines starting up, even though the power was cut decades ago. Thanks for listening. If you're brave enough for more, hit subscribe and join us for the next story that will haunt your imagination. Until next time, keep the lights on.